Hey y'all, it's January the 6th, 2018, and y'all, I wanted to holler at y'all, specifically the ladies. Specifically the ladies. I wanted to holler at y'all today about something. And the thing is, I do make sure to mention this, alright? I know I make sure to mention this in passing, but I wanted to emphasize right now for everybody out there who might get the misconception, for the people out there who follow this channel, for whatever reason, they might get the misconception that I think personally that fatherhood is more important than motherhood. You might get that impression simply because I talk about fatherhood a lot. And I do talk about how it's really being made obsolete, it's becoming extincted from society slowly and surely for whatever reason and stuff like this. And I know ladies out there, they might get the impression, like I said, that fatherhood is more important than motherhood. I would like to squash that right now. I would like to squash that beef. Absolutely not. Fatherhood is not more important than motherhood and never will be. And I don't think either one will ever be more important than the other. All right, they're exactly equal. All right, cut right down the middle. Fitty. Motherhood, fatherhood, equally as important. I feel as though, and a lot of people feel as though, fatherhood specifically is under attack. We think this because there's a lot of homes don't have the father in them. There are a lot of homes that don't have the mother in them. All right, but statistically speaking, a shit ton of homes without the father in them. A lot of us have some belief that it's actually negative to the development of a child. And so we talk about that a lot, but I do want to reassure for all the ladies out there, motherhood is equally as important. They're different, though. They're absolutely different. It's a very popular belief right now that they're not different. And that is the problem. All right. A lot of people are starting to believe, for whatever reason, I don't know who told them, they're starting to believe that motherhood and fatherhood is no real difference at all. The mother can do anything and everything the father does, and vice versa. All right? That it doesn't make no difference. There are no such things as gender roles. On this channel, obviously, we debunk that. A lot of channels debunk that, obviously. But I just want to talk about that for a second with y'all. The very essence of fatherhood and motherhood is different, and they have different roles, is what I'm suggesting to you out there. They have different roles in the development of a child, all right? And you actually need the yin and the yang in order to kind of brew you a good bloodline, I guess you would say, all right? Little children, all right? You need both of those. Fatherhood specifically is under attack. Motherhood, in lots of ways is under attack. But we talk about fatherhood a lot here. All right, I just want to mention that motherhood is exactly as important. All right, but they're different. They're absolutely different in many ways. But one of the biggest ways, in which motherhood and fatherhood show their differences is towards, I don't know if you would say 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, those years in a child's development are going to be starkly different. You're going to notice very stark differences. All right. And of course, we all know single mothers, single fathers, all right, or perhaps couples, and they have children that are this age, 16, 17, 18, 19, something like that. You're going to notice very, very big differences, generally speaking, especially when the parents are single. All right. I want to give you an example. If you have a single mother with a 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old child, all right, basically what she's going to do all day, over and over, every last single mother who has a child this age, what she's basically going to do is going to continue to treat the child as a child, or to treat the young budding person as a child, in certain ways, and there will be a couple different variations in which of ways that she does that. She does that just to be brief out of necessity. All right. She realizes that she's growing in age and she's going to need someone to take care of her. She realizes that inherently. And the way that she will go about this subconsciously, without even thinking about it, is to treat that 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old offspring as a child, to literally have authority over that young person. All right. It's not going to make sense and usually doesn't work out. The mother, she's going to treat this young person as a child, as a young child, in various different ways that are going to be very apparent, and you're going to notice them. All right. The difference between her, generally speaking, and I know there's exceptions to the rule, but the difference is between her and a father, say he was a single father, with a child at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, the father, generally speaking, correct me if I'm wrong, is going to treat the child like they're a damn adult, all right? And basically going to tell them, you need to start trying to get the hell up out of this house, all right? A father's going to be starkly different that way. He's not really going to accept excuse. Here's the thing. There's a lot of bad fathers. There's a lot of good fathers. There's a lot of fathers that are better than others. It's a very wide spectrum. However, generally speaking, a father's going to want you to get the hell up out. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule. It's disturbing. The exceptions are growing in number all the time. But a father, generally speaking, traditionally wants you to get the hell up out of his house. I mean, and he's going to be adamant about it. But not only that, he's going to go through the effort to teach you how to be grown enough so that you can get the hell up out the house, all right, and start your own life and become an actual adult. A father is going to lean you towards that inherently. And you're going to notice a mother is not going to do that at all. And you're going to notice, if you really think about it, and I'm not saying that these mothers are bad. I'm saying that they don't know what they're doing. If you really think about it, all right, a mother is going to sabotage, especially a single mother. She's going to sabotage her children that way. Her 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm talking about 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, up into the 30s-year-old children. She's going to sabotage their lives in certain ways. Simply by treating them as a child, or referring to them as a child, or, talking to them as a child. All right. She is going to sabotage them in various ways. And you're going to notice, especially when it comes to 16, 17, 18, 19, early 20s, into their 30s, young daughters. You're going to notice this. It's going to be explicit. All right. What I want to tell you about this, about the single mothers who have children, who have daughters at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, what they are doing, what they're going to do across the board, what they're going to do without thinking about it at all, is they're going to absolutely sabotage that young girl's romantic life. They are going to do it, period. They can't help themselves. They're going to do it in a few different ways. All right. First being that they're going to either A, ridicule a daughter for not having babies yet, for not being married. They're going to ridicule them in some sort of way, be it backhanded, perhaps passive aggressive. They're going to ridicule the young lady this way. Either that, or they're going to actually encourage behavior from the young lady that will ensure that she does not get a husband. All right. The long and short of it is, that older single lady, she wants you to be single. She's miserable being single, and she wants you to be miserable as well. Misery does love company. All right. So that's what she does. And I'm not saying that old lady is bad, because she's not bad. She's not a bad person. What she's doing, she has no idea what she's doing. And it's just another example of how free will doesn't exactly exist. A single mother's always going to sabotage her young daughter. Either that or, maybe her daughter will get married at a young age, start churning out babies. What's going to happen then is that the single mother will find some sort of way to wedge. She's going to cause some sort of friction between her daughter and her daughter's husband. It's going to happen. You notice, they cannot help it, like I said. And generally speaking, although fathers are definitely capable of doing this, and there are a lot of very feminine fathers out there who would sabotage their children's lives in this way, generally speaking, that's not the rule. A father, traditionally speaking, wants his daughter to get married. Have you ever read the Bible? The Bible, they want their daughter to get married pretty quick, all right? Get the hell up out the house, by the way. And traditionally speaking, if we're going to talk biblically, they want their sons to grow the hell up so they can go to work. And even if they work for them, okay, that's the case. Either that or get out and go work. All right. That's the very nature of a father. All right. The reason I brought it up largely in part was that I was inspired by a television show that technically I'm forced to watch because it's playing where I live. And I don't know the name of the show, but I'm sure y'all know it out there. I mean, it's just a show that's filled up with 3 generations of single women. 3 generations of them. There's a grandma, there's moms, there's, little babies, right? Single ladies. And it's a sitcom about it, right? You would have never in a million years would you have caught them putting a sitcom like this on the television in the 1950s and 60s and 70s. You just wouldn't catch it because it is so dysfunctional and retarded. This is the whole point of the show, too. The whole point, and what's funny about the show and comical, is that the situation is so dysfunctional and retarded. That's the whole theme of the show. I don't know what the name of the show is. All right, but it's the whole theme of the show. And then meanwhile, everything that's supposedly funny about the show is how the mom is basically sabotaging her daughter's life, who's in turn going to sabotage her own daughter's life. And they're going to be single as hell the whole way through. And they're going to be struggling and searching for happiness and stuff like this. It's retarded, but it's a show that specifically shows you how to be a retarded, how to have 3 generations of just single ladies. It's a show that shows you that not only is that acceptable, but it's funny. It's encouraged. And what I had to just share for y'all, and I know that y'all already understand it, is that we don't have writers. These people have writers on the sitcom. A whole team of writers to make sure that these people say funny things. In real life, when you have 3 generations of single ladies, ain't nothing funny about this. You don't have writers. But on the sitcom, you have writers. And it's crazy. It's like, I know, before we get out of here, it's like, dude, I know in lots of ways I seem different and I'll strike people a little bit odd and things like this. I know it's very disturbing and I can't help it. It's very disturbing if anybody were to ever watch television with me. All right, because all during this show with a team of writers trying to make it funny, this situation of lady after lady just handing down failure through the generations, all while there's a team full of writers, I find none of it funny. I literally don't ever laugh. And I know at a certain point, like my face must just be scowling. And people be watching the TV right by me and just, they're laughing and carrying on like, ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, ha, ha. And I'm just sitting there like, I can't believe I'm watching miserable failure made to be like something that's funny and made to be encouraged on television. And people love it. They gobble it up like it's Thanksgiving Day dinner. Things like this. There's a difference between a father and a mother. They're both very equally important. Things are quite absurd now. I'm not saying these old mothers are bad. I'm saying inherently they can't help what they're doing. They are going to sabotage a child's life. And these children, they need to leave home, be their own person. They're not doing that. Now they're staying in basements and things like that till their early 20s to maybe into their 30s. Why is that? Who's doing that? I wonder who's doing that. It's January the 6th, 2018. I'll holler at y'all later.